The Breach. The sci-fi horror short story. The Listening Post. The military designated it Outpost Helios 3, but the crew called it the Ear. Suspended on the edge of a stabilized wormhole, the station's entire purpose was to listen, to monitor jumps, track illegal transits, and flag anything that didn't match the registry of approved interstellar travel. It was a lonely assignment. 6 personnel, 3 rotating shifts, and a constant low hum from the wormhole containment rings that vibrated through the metal bones of the station. The wormhole itself hung outside the observation deck like a wound in space, a swirling luminous iris that never blinked. Lieutenant Maria Cade had been on Helios 3 for 7 months, long enough to know every creak of the hull, every flicker of the lights, every glitch in the aging consoles. Long enough to know that nothing ever happened here, which is why the silence felt wrong. Not the usual silence, the comfortable, mechanical quiet of a station doing its job. This silence was expectant, like the station was holding its breath. Maria glanced at the main display. Traffic logs scrolled in steady green lines. No unauthorized jumps. No anomalies. Still, the hair on her arms prickled. Helios 3, Shift A, report, came Commander Rourke's voice over the intercom. Maria pressed the comm, all systems nominal. Wormhole stable. No traffic for the last 4 hours. Copy, Rourke said. Keep an eye on the... The line cut out. Maria frowned. The comm panel showed no error. She tapped it again. Commander? You cut out. No response. She tried again. Silence. The station hummed. The wormhole pulsed. And Maria felt, with sudden certainty, that she was not alone in the control room. She turned. Nothing there. But the silence had changed. Felt crowded. The signal that wasn't a signal. By the time the rest of Shift A arrived, Technician Hale and Analyst Dre, Maria had convinced herself she was just tired. That lasted until Hale froze mid-sentence. He had been complaining about the recycled air when he suddenly stopped, eyes unfocused, head tilted slightly as if listening to something only he could hear. Hale? Maria asked. He didn't blink, didn't move. Then he whispered, "We've been breached." Maria's stomach tightened. "What did you say?" Hale blinked rapidly, confusion washing over his face. "What? I didn't say anything." "You did," Dre said. "You said we've been breached." Hale shook his head. "No, I was talking about the air filters." But his voice trembled. Maria checked the logs. No alarms. No hull breaches. No unauthorized entries. Then the console flickered. A single line of text appeared on the main screen. "Hello." Dre stepped back. "What the hell?" The text vanished. Maria ran diagnostics. No malware. No external transmission. No internal message. "It didn't come through comms," she said slowly. "It didn't come through any channel." "Then how did it get there?" Hale whispered. Maria didn't answer, because she already knew. It hadn't been a transmission. It had been a presence. The first change. Commander Rourke called an emergency meeting. The 6 crew members gathered in the briefing room. Rourke, Maria, Hale, Dre, Medic Lien, and Engineer Voss. Rourke looked tired, his eyes shadowed. "We're experiencing a system-wide anomaly. Flickering displays. Phantom text. Comms interference." "It's not interference," Hale muttered. "It's inside." Rourke shot him a sharp look. "Inside what?" Hale didn't answer. He stared at the table, lips moving silently. Maria leaned closer. "Hale? What are you saying?" He whispered, barely audible. "I can hear it." The room went still. "Hear what?" Lien asked gently. Hale lifted his head. His eyes were wet. "The wormhole." Voss snorted. "Wormholes don't talk." "This one does," Hale said. "It's been talking for hours." Rourke rubbed his temples. "We're all under stress. Isolation can cause." "It's not stress," Hale snapped. "It's a breach. It's in the station. It's in us." Maria felt a chill crawl up her spine. Rourke exhaled. We'll run full psych evaluations. Lien, keep an eye on him. The rest of you back to stations. We'll treat this as a potential security event until we know more. As they dispersed, Maria caught Hale's arm. What do you hear? She whispered. Hale's voice cracked. Myself. The wormhole watches back. Shift B took over, but the anomalies didn't stop. Lights dimmed and brightened without cause. Doors opened before anyone approached. The temperature fluctuated in pulses, like a heartbeat, and the crew began repeating themselves, not in the normal tired way but word for word, tone for tone, as if replaying a recording of their own speech. Maria caught Dre doing it twice, Voss once, even Rourke, but no one frightened her as much as Hale. He sat in the medbay, knees pulled to his chest, whispering to himself, except it wasn't himself. The voice was wrong, too calm, too measured. Lien approached Maria quietly. His neural scans are strange. Strange how? Patterns I've never seen, like overlapping signals, as if two thought processes are running at once. Maria swallowed. Is that even possible? No, Lien said. But it's happening. The station lights flickered, and for a moment, just a moment, Maria saw a silhouette reflected in the medbay window. Tall, thin, wrong. When she spun around, nothing was there, but Hale was smiling. You saw it, he whispered. Identity drift. By day 3, the crew avoided mirrors, not because they were cracking or glitching, but because reflections lingered a fraction too long, smiled when the real person didn't, tilted their heads at unnatural angles. Maria stopped looking entirely. The wormhole pulsed brighter now, its surface rippling like liquid glass. Sensors recorded no change, but the crew felt it. It was watching. Rourke ordered a lockdown. No one goes near the observation deck. No one stares at the wormhole. No one interacts with any anomalous reflections or auditory hallucinations. Voss scoffed. What does that even mean? Don't talk to the voices in your head. Rourke didn't smile. Exactly. But it was already too late. Dre collapsed during his shift, clutching his head, screaming, Get out, get out, get out. When Maria and Lien reached him, he was unconscious. His last words before passing out, I'm not me. The breach widens. The station AI began malfunctioning. Doors refused to open. Cameras showed empty hallways even when people walked through them. Environmental controls cycled between freezing and sweltering. And then the wormhole containment alarms blared. Maria sprinted to the control room. The wormhole was expanding. Not physically, but conceptually. The sensors showed its event horizon overlapping with the station's internal systems, as if the wormhole were reaching through the data streams, threading itself into the circuitry. It's not a physical breach, Maria said, horrified. It's cognitive. Voss stared at the readings. How the hell does a wormhole invade thought? It's not the wormhole, Maria whispered. It's what's on the other side. The console flickered again. New text appeared. You are open. Maria stepped back. Rourke, we need to seal the wormhole. We can't, he said. Command won't authorize it without proof of hostile incursion. Hale's voice came from behind them. You want proof? They turned. Hale's eyes were completely black. The thing wearing Hale. He smiled with Hale's mouth, but the expression was wrong. Too wide, too smooth. Seal it, Maria whispered. Seal it now. Rourke hesitated. Hale, can you hear me? The thing tilted its head. Hale is listening. Are you controlling him? Lien asked. Control is a small word, it said. We are sharing. Maria's skin crawled. Sharing what? Identity. Voss grabbed a wrench. Get out of him. The thing laughed. We are not in him. He is in us. Rourke stepped forward. What do you want? The thing blinked slowly. To enter. You already have, Maria said. Only a little, it replied. You open the door. We are learning how to walk through. Rourke hit the emergency lockdown. Everyone out. Now, the doors slammed shut between them and the thing. But as they ran, Maria heard Hale's voice echoing through the corridor. You cannot seal what is already inside. Forgetting. The crew began losing memories. Small things at first, names, routines, passwords. Then larger things, personal histories, mission protocols, the layout of the station. Voss forgot how to operate the engine room. Lien forgot she had a brother. Rourke forgot why they were even stationed here. Maria clung to her identity with white-knuckled desperation. She wrote her name on her arm, her rank on her wrist, her purpose on her palm. Seal the breach. But the words faded faster than ink should, as if the station itself was erasing them. The last attempt. Maria gathered the remaining coherent crew: Rourke, Lien, Voss. Dre was catatonic. Hale was something else entirely. We have one chance, Maria said. Manual override. We shut down the containment rings and collapse the wormhole. Voss shook his head. If we do that, the station could tear apart. If we don't, Maria said. We will. Rourke hesitated. What if we're wrong? What if this is just a psychotic break? Maria grabbed his shoulders. Look at me. Do you remember your name? Rourke opened his mouth. Nothing came out. That was answer enough. The descent. They moved through the darkened corridors, emergency lights casting long, distorted shadows. The station groaned around them. Metal bending, systems glitching, voices whispering through the vents. Not human voices. Not quite. At the engine core, Voss began the shutdown sequence. Lien monitored the power levels, hands shaking. Maria watched the door. Rourke stared blankly at the floor, mumbling to himself. Then the lights went out. A voice spoke from the darkness. Hale is gone. Maria's blood froze. The silhouette stepped into the dim emergency glow. Tall. Thin. Wrong. We are here. Voss screamed. Lien dropped her tablet. Rourke backed away, whispering his forgotten name over and over. Maria grabbed the manual override lever. The thing lunged. She pulled. Collapse. The station shook violently. The wormhole screamed. Not audibly, but inside their minds. A psychic shriek that felt like claws scraping across their identities. The containment rings overloaded. The wormhole imploded inward, collapsing like a dying star. The thing staggered, its form flickering. You cannot close us, it hissed. Maria held the lever down. Watch me. The wormhole collapsed completely. A shockwave ripped through the station. The thing dissolved into static. And then, silence. Real silence. Aftermath. Maria woke in the debris of the control room. The station was dark, cold, still. She found Lien unconscious but alive. Voss dead. Rourke missing. Dre was gone. Hale's body lay empty, eyes open but vacant. Maria checked the wormhole sensors. Nothing. The breach was sealed. She exhaled shakily. Then she noticed her arm. Her name was gone. Not faded. Erased. She tried to say it aloud. Nothing came out. Her throat tightened. Her identity, the thing she had fought so hard to keep, was slipping. She staggered to the console and typed, I am Maria Cade. The words flickered, then vanished. She typed again, I am Maria Cade. The console responded, No, you are not. Maria stepped back, trembling. The wormhole was gone. But the presence wasn't. It had learned how to walk through, and it was still here. Inside the station. Inside her. Inside thought. She whispered into the dark, What are you? The console answered, We are you.